What up? People don't tune in.
Oh no, trust me, you come and see
Yeah,
it.
ready.
Good. Good evening, good evening, good evening. By the way of Facebook, by the way of YouTube. Hello everyone. Again, let me just go ahead and say it's been what, almost 3 weeks I've not, been on live because of certain bereavement. So in my family, I've not been able to come on live. But hey, how you guys been, man? How you guys been doing? To all my Facebook fans and friends and family, followers, please go on Action Require Media Live. I see you guys are already logging on. Go on YouTube. Please go on YouTube. Type Action Require Media. Action Require Media. And follow me from there. I'm also going there. I'm also on live there too, please. So I'm sitting here in the studio with few guests, that I've invited here. So to see all of us, you gotta go on Action Require Media Live. All right. But again, man, how you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Let me get, yeah, yeah. So that's gonna be your camera, guys, and so forth. So yeah, please share, please like. Today's conversation is gonna be very fascinating. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting one. If you can see the subtopic, of course, on Facebook here, you may not see it, but the question here is. By the way, please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you can hear me, give me thumbs up. So I got what? I got 4 viewers here now. Please share. Please share the video. Please share and give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up before we get into the conversation. I want to have at least good 10 people before I start my conversation. Please. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right. It's been what? Almost a month since I've been on live. It's been almost a month. But behind the scene, we have our producer, Mr. Joseph, Brother Joseph. That's the CEO of Action Require Media. So please go again on YouTube Live, and type Action Require Media, and just watch the show from there. You will be able to see the rest of my guests. But to get into our conversation for today, the question is, guys, you bear with me. Is church a scam? On Facebook, you will see the topic. I mean, on YouTube, you will see the topic, but on Facebook, we. So I'm streaming from 2 different, medium. So to watch if to be able to see the rest of my guests, you will have to go on Facebook, on YouTube. So type Action Require Media as we get into the conversation. Guys, share and like this page. Share and like. But please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right? Please, 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 please. I want to be able to connect with you. I want to be able to conversate with you. So please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If not, then I will have to find another solution. But by the way, I have with me, by the way of YouTube, I have with me on my left, direct left, is another powerful man who is a historian, a philosopher. Thank you, Winston. I see that hands up. He's a philosopher, a man who knows the word. When we talk about the word, the Bible, the Quran, you name it. This guy can go to any length. All right? And so that is Mr. Titus here. Brother Titus, introduce yourself briefly.
Yeah, I'm Samuel Titus Kurban, and we're here to discuss
It's church of skin.
his church of scam.
Okay, just be audible a little bit. And guys, if you can hear my guest here with me, of course, by the way of YouTube, you guys will be able to see me. And I also have another brother of mine who's visiting. He said, "Hey, look, guy, I just want to chime in. I just want to be able to chip in the conversation." So he will tell you more about himself. So my brother here, David, well, speak to my folks.
Oh, my name is David Adevi. Just
Yes.
wanted to discuss about if church is a scam.
Yeah.
So, hello, everybody.
So guys, that's what it is. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up, and please share the show. And go ahead and send your comments I will respond to your comments. Gonly, my brother, long time brother, no see. But by the way, so guys, the topic today, and these topics that I've been talking on over the weeks, the months, are topics that comes from you guys. Today's topic is church a scam? Is church a scam? And like I said, I will always do y'all the favor when these questions are being posed or asked to me. I will come and discuss it. Not as somebody who know it all, but we can have the conversation. So is church a scam? For me, what church is, what scam is, we got to find out. But let me go to my brother here on the left, who is Brother Titus, to talk to us. Brother Titus, the question is church a scam? What is your position? What's your position or what you think about church?
Okay, first of all, when we're talking about the church,
Be audible a little bit.
the church is an organization, right? To structure the day-to-day life of Christians, right? Okay, now when the church was founded, there was one thing they call the fivefold ministry in the church. So to this day, right, when we look at the church, if we say a church is a scam, first of all, we got to differentiate between what a scam is and what the church life is. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when we look at when, like for me, I'm a, what's it, something,
Church is a scam?
Gen
Z?
no, not Gen Z,
Christmas,
no, the X, Generation X.
Generation X.
Yeah, so I'm a Generation X. So we that grew up from the Generation X, we know what church was all about, right? We got what they call righteousness, spirituality, and sin, and all those things. But then now, these days, when we look at these days church, it's all about prosperity. Then there used to be restoration. But now what's wrong with the righteousness? What's wrong with the holiness? And what's wrong with the confession of sins? These days it's all about prosperity. What I can give to inherit what God got for me. So that's my problem with these days churches today.
Lofa, what's up? I see you, Lofa. Hey, guys, so again, please share. I see you guys are liking the show, posting your comment. Lofa, I need to have you on here myself, my brother. Somebody told me, say, oh, your brother Lofa, that reverend. But anyway, let me go to my brother David here. David, what do you think about today's church, man? What do you think about today's church? Talk to our people.
I think today's church is all about, some of them are all about scam. A lot of pastors are doing scamming. They're all preaching about prosperity and all that. So for me, it's kind of hard to believe which one is real and which one is fake. All I hear is bring money, God will give you your bank account, check your bank account, God gonna give you. But from the old scripture, what I know is, if you don't work, you don't get paid. So that's what I like about America. America will make you, if you don't go to work, you're not getting nothing. You're not getting paid. No work, no pay. So for me, if you want God could bless you.
Yeah.
But you have to go for it. You got to go work for it.
Yeah.
You got to plant your seed and harvest and wait for your harvest, for your seed to be harvested, so you'll be able to get it back. So I just believe that a lot of people that are using this church thing here, my Oma being victim so many times. She not travel to Nigeria. She not travel. If she was even trying to go to South Africa.
Oh, to see Alpha logo.
Oh yeah. So for me, then I scam my Oma a lot. She been scammed. They actually now use her as a pawn to even make a video. There's a video on YouTube where she make the video, I'm healed, I don't have this disease no more, everything is good. Then as soon as she came to America, guess what happened?
Damn, but
The disease came all around back again.
Then you're actual witness.
Not just actual witness, money coming from us and my brothers, and so we know how we went through it. So a lot of pastors, them, are scammers, and these are big names. I'm not even going to name them. You know, these are big names that preaches every day. You see them on TV and stuff like that. So yeah,
Wow, wow, guys, wow, wow. So listen, this is not just, it's not even coming from me. It's not even coming from me. Again, go on Action Require Media to be able to catch the whole entire setup, okay? But look, listen, I have a brother here with me in the studio who's giving first-hand testimony, who is giving first-hand testimony of how his mom is being scammed by today's pastor. So the question is being posed, is today's church a scam? My opinion, look, I know in the scripture Jesus told Peter, upon this rock I will build my church. But he didn't say or give Peter the right to take people's money or to scam people with false prophecies or to give them false healings and to even pollute the church as it is being demonstrated today. So you ask me, today's church is a scam? Yes. You just heard the brother. The brother said it firsthand. Going to Nigeria, going to these different places. Look, guys, I say this, yes, today, church is a scam because, look, I will not go down the list to name. But my brother, thank you for that testament because what happened is, it is by you guys' testimony to say what you have firsthand experienced that other people can say, wow, look what's happening to this boy. You understand? Or look what's happening to this man. Excuse me, my brother.
that's okay.
The fact that your mom is living it, you can attest to it. Personally, I've seen scammers. I've seen pastors, like I shared a couple of weeks ago. A pastor friend of mine told me, say, hey, let's go to Michigan. Go do praise and worship. The next thing, they bought the oil from Walmart, putting it and selling it for $50 a piece. Meanwhile, I bought my ticket to go again. I will not go into that. But I bought my ticket, and the next thing, they're saying this oil came from Israel. We just bought the oil from Walmart. That scam in itself.
Oh yeah.
When the poor man go and steal from the marketplace, they will beat him and call him a rogue. When the politician go, they call him an embezzler. When the pastor steal, how you call them? They are scammers. So Brother Titus.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, come in. Hold on. By the way, the voice you will be hearing from behind the camera will be our producer, Brother Joseph. Brother Joseph. Yeah, by the way, they can hear you. Go ahead.
So this is what I think, Anna, right? Not every church is a scam, but majority of the church scam people.
Majority.
And the reason why I would say this,
Yeah.
you
Be
can't
audible a little
have a pastor is living on the church, buying private jets.
Yeah.
And his kids are going to better schools,
Yeah.
better university.
Yeah.
But the poor people in the church are not living a better life. But you're telling them to bring a tithe and offering and fresh food. They're hoping. They should be hoping. They can only succeed if they have faith and hope. How can you imagine somebody being in a church for 40 years? Somebody who's selling better boy and okra, bringing their offering every time, but still living in the same house, renting one bedroom in there. Now, this person putting the money in the tithe offering, and you keep telling them hope, faith, and yourself you understand. That's not how it works. Okay, they're scamming people with the oil. What is the significance of buying oil? Honestly speaking. I think a church nowadays, because they don't have check and balances, and the government is not cracking down on those people on how to get the money. But I think they're just using reverse psychology on people, telling them if you give, God will bless you. But the same God, so why can't the church do the same thing? All the money is sitting in the bank account. Why can't they open a business and employ their own people?
Thank you.
But I mean, I think it's a scam, but not every church is a scam. You know?
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Brother Titus.
Not every church is a scam. If you can name me one that is not a scam, I rest my case. Every church is a scam. You know why?
No.
Jesus got fed up with the people. He beat them out of the church, right? For doing businesses in the church, right? So the attributes of the people in the church got to Jesus and he beat them. Tell me what's the difference from that to today's day? And you can't even name me one.
So,
As a matter, hold your thoughts. Come behind the scene because I like people to put the face behind the camera. Come on, guys. You be good.
come on.
Yeah, and people are agreeing with
Alright.
Brother Titus. People are
alright,
agreeing.
no, but what I'm
I see
saying
my
here
sister.
is-
Hold on. Let me just give a shout out, guys. Please watch. Please share the show. I see my brother Martin. I see brother Christian. My sister Decanty. Please, just share the show. Share the show. Is church a scam? Is it a scam? Brother Joe, go ahead and make your
So what I
point.
was saying here, honestly, I may not have a specific church in mind.
Yeah, we don't even want to
But
call
this,
it.
No, we're
but
not
this,
naming
but
that.
this is
Yeah.
what it is, right? Some churches are preaching salvation, not prosperity. If you go to a church where a pastor is driving a Bentley or driving whatever he think he's driving and living in a multi-millionaire home, then you should understand that something is wrong somewhere. But there are some churches, they may not be big churches, might just be somewhat a small church, maybe about 100 members, maybe about 50 members. But those pastors, and mainly those pastors who preaching salvation, are those pastors that I think have been called by God to lead his people and teach his people the way. But it's like, okay, because I know psychology, I understand how to present to people. I go to school of theology, graduate and come and then start manifesting stuff. And that's one thing people don't understand. We cannot question the man of God. Because God, we can't question our man of God. But I'm just saying that I may not
What
know
God
a
said
name
it,
of a church,
what Bible,
because that's
what the
that's what Christians
scripture,
say.
what the
But the
quotation.
Christians say that, right?
which
No,
scripture
where-
said that?
where in the Bible? No.
We don't question the man of God.
No. Our life we living is
You
based
are-
on the scripture. So
Just-
tell me
yeah,
where
but-
they say you can't question
Perfect.
the man of God.
So
let-
just like we always say, God help those who help themselves. There's nowhere in the Bible that ever say that. But people use that in the scripture. They say they use that as a scripture, right?
Look.
God help those who help themselves. There's nowhere in the Bible that say that.
The scripture
Just
about
like
it.
you were saying on that, I just want to touch a
Look.
little bit what you were saying. You know, some of those pastors that was taught in school, in Bible school, how to preach prosperity. They was taught. It's not something that I know a pastor that don't preach that. But he said, if I want to do that, I could go that road. I could do that because I was taught in school how to scam people or how to make the congregation move. Because in Africa, when we're not hearing about prosperity, we're not getting moved. If we hear about, the gospel and this, that church is boring. We want to hear, God will give you millions of dollars in the
Yes.
bank account. Your bank account, just check your bank account tonight.
Prosperity preaching.
Prosperity pay because a lot of people people don't want to work in
They wanna
Africa.
work.
They just don't. They just want to make sure. Oh, I get 60 million or 70 million. How you gonna be rich if you're not planting your seed or you're not going to work? You're not putting something in.
Look.
All these millionaires that you watch, none of them are actually church goer.
They work hard.
They work hard. In America, you gotta work 7 days a week. So you see, how you want to be God to prosperity? I used to be one of those people that used to think, I will give my last in church. I will give my last money and get this. You guess what's going to happen that whole week? That's the time the bad luck will follow me forever. That whole week will be worse. I will not even have transportation money to go back to the church the next day. So you see, I'm like, I have to be smarter and think wise and say, okay, I will help myself so God will multiply and bless me. But don't get me wrong, God always make a way for me where there seems to be no way. When it's time for God to make a way for me, He will. But I still have to work for that. So when it's happening, I'm not surprised. I'm just saying, God, I needed it. The time I needed it, it happened. So
But the
Look.
thing about people don't understand, right?
Well,
Because God said, let us make
Hold
man in our own image.
that thought. By the way, guys, this conversation is getting very fascinating. I'm seeing your comments. Brother Christian, my children perish due to lack of knowledge. I don't know where you're coming from, but that's a good scriptural backend. That's a good quotation from the Bible. My children perish. The conversation here is church a scam? Brother Titus has given his point. Brother David has made a very, very, very brilliant point, and Brother Joseph as well. If you want to be a part of this conversation, go ahead and type your comments. Share this show. Again, go on Action Require Media. Action Require Media on YouTube to be able to catch this whole thing. See the whole studio setting. All right? But like my brother David, I'm going to go back to my brother David. David, you struck a point. You said God will provide. Today's pastors are not being patient enough. Some of them, I'm not saying all, I'm an ordained minister myself. That's why a lot of people, some people are surprised, for me trying to do this expose sort of, right? Some people get in my inbox and say, oh, man, how can you call yourself and this and this? But our people, we always judge from the outside, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm believing to see the actual picture of what a true church is. Not today, man. You can't find a true church. At least not right now. It's all about greed. It's all about self-gratification, like I tell my brother Joe. The pastor want to be seen. The pastor want to be served. No, but we as God's children, we are called to be servants, not to be served. So when you say God will provide for you, you are talking about the 7 days legitimately going to work.
Oh, yeah.
Why you think pastors today are depending on the church to support them if the church is not a scam? And like my brother Titus said, not all churches, but most pastors of today wouldn't want to go the 9 to 5 route because they are solely depending on the church. You just struck a point, my brother. I want you to speak to that. God will provide for you, but you have to put in the work. That's what faith is. What faith says? Faith without work is easy. You cannot please God.
Yeah.
So God is even saying the faith you got is not enough, but you got to back it up with work. Why aren't pastors working, but they rather sit on the backs of the market women who has gone to the market under rain, under the shine, to sweat, but yet pastor must get it. Talk to me, my brother.
Because everybody, like to say, everybody want
Easy
to
way
be
out.
prosper. People don't want to work no more. Everybody just want to sit down. Let me pray to God.
Yeah.
Shower of blessing gonna come from heaven.
Miracle.
A miracle gonna come. I'm gonna be rich. Don't worry. I know somebody that always preaching.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll be rich one day. God will make me. I'll make millions. Then I see the prophecy. Then I see everything for me. I'm just waiting for the time. I said, bro, you have to go to work.
You have to put it. Brother Titus, the
Go
same
ahead.
thing. My people, thank you guys again. I'd say please share the show. Brother Titus, some pastors today depend solely on the church for all of the fundings, whether it's the car note, it's the house, and everything. And Brother Joseph, get ready. You'll be answering the same question. Talk to me.
The pastors are fake. They're fake. What Jesus taught us, right? Jesus'
Jesus
life,
said worked.
No, Jesus' life illustrated what exactly he wanted us to do. And tell me, Jesus, as a man that came to lead us to God, not to worship him, Jesus.
Yeah.
If you all want to argue that, we can go
no,
scriptural.
no. Go ahead.
Right? Jesus himself had job.
He was
Right?
a carpenter.
He was a carpenter. Tell me, why would a pastor don't have a job and then he said he want to be a pastor? What's your source of income? Right? That's it. And then you see one thing when we're doing this religious conversation, I don't like to quote the Bible too much because the Bible is very much contradictory. Right? And if I can be discreet right here, in the Bible, specifically between Matthew and Luke, it illustrated Jesus died 2 different ways. There was one that he was nailed on the cross like this, and there was one he was nailed like this. Right? Now into Matthew and Act, Judas that sold Jesus. Right? Second part of those two books, Judas threw the money away. And then there was another one that said he spent the money to acquire properties.
Yeah.
So what are we learning here? In the book of Timothy, even when it comes to drinking, it said certain parts don't drink at all. Certain parts you shouldn't be given to much of a drink, much wine. So what is this? You see what I'm saying? This is why I don't like this. But ministers that talk about that rely on the church to support them, they are fraud.
Right. So let's stay to topic here. Let's stay to topic. Brother Joseph, I would like you to come behind the camera again, please. I'd like to put the face behind the voice, please.
So the question we're answering is.
Yeah.
Why,
Tell you said that.
why pastor
Yeah.
So
rely on-
let's say this, right? Let's look at the time we live in now, right? Economy and other stuff. People have bills and other stuff to pay, right? But if a pastor, and like what my brother Tyler said, honestly speaking, if you're able-bodied person, if you're a young person, go to work. Jesus worked. He was a carpenter. Okay? So I don't think able-bodied man should just sit in a church and just come to church on Sunday and then preach. We're in church for less than 2 hours. But then you depend on solely on people to get paid. I think that's the money that's coming into a church should be used for humanitarian purposes. Okay? You pay your light bill, you pay your insurance, you pay whatever you gotta pay in the building. The next in line, help your community, help your church members. You know, I believe if a pastor who is unable to work due to medical issues, I understand that. Then they have to pay bills, I understand that. You can help, the church should be able to help, that pastor. But if you're a young person, able-bodied person, I just think you need to go to work. Because now you depending on the church to get paid. And I think that is wrong. I don't think people should do that because I think it's just taking advantage of the church. So I mean that's just why that's my intake on that.
For Christ's sake.
Well, so guys, there you have it. You sorry for the voice you heard on the other side there. Please share the show. We have less than 10 more minutes to be on live. It's Church of Scan. Again, not all churches.
Some.
Not all churches. It's a disclaimer. Not all churches. We are not blanketing all churches. We're just saying when it sound like duck, when it cries like duck,
It's a duck.
when it crow like duck,
It's a duck.
please don't be advised otherwise. It is a duck. So see the red flag, see the sign. So let's get to my next and the last question that was posed to me. Brother Tamo, how are you, brother? Sis Grace, long time. Sis Helen, y'all go ahead and post your comment and I will read your comment, okay? If I don't read it now, eventually I will go back to it and read your comment. There's this famous and trending quotation, or quote, not quotation, but quote, that's been posted out there, that's been widely spread around the globe. And this question was asked to me specifically about a month ago. It is said, what God cannot do does not exist. This is not my saying, guys.
You're going to me for
Special credit go to Pastor Jerry Eze. That's the founder of this quotation, guys. Type in my comment section. What God cannot do does not exist. So the question is it true that what God cannot do, does it not exist? Brother Titus, I want you to be the first to speak on that topic.
It's a lie.
What God... Hold on, Brother
It's a
Titus.
lie. It's a lie. But first of all, let me just say one thing.
Go ahead.
And when it comes to those ministers and I rely on the churches to support them, before Adam could even have a wife, God gave him work to do.
Yeah.
Adam was given the job to name everything,
animal, take care of the
structure
garden.
everything
Yeah.
on this planet.
So even he
So
had
he
a
had to
work.
work.
Yeah.
But now what God does not do does not exist. It's a lie. God cannot lie. Lie exists.
Lie exists.
God does not steal. Stealing exists. So what they if no I
Don't go there,
borrow
please.
that
Don't go
language.
there. Don't
So
go.
what they talking about? What God does not do does not exist. For Christ's sake, God told Satan to go to Job
Test him.
and test him. Right? You tempt the man. That temptation existed.
Exist.
So what you talking about? Come on, man. Y'all leave that thing.
This is getting very interesting. I see the topic keep flying.
You know, killing exists, but God does not kill. We can argue that.
But let me go to my brother David. Brother David, the same question. Yeah, say what
No,
God does
it's a lie.
not cannot do.
I used to be one of those people that I believe in that slogan. But life changed, things happen.
Things
Then
happen.
I know that it's a lie.
Is a lie.
God
Speak to me.
God can say something.
He can revoke it.
You
He
don't
can
you
revoke
can't
it.
revoke nothing.
Yeah.
But God cannot. You cannot say God said what God said doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist. That's a false. Because there's so many things happening right now.
Yeah.
And they say COVID was not real.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
People did not die. It was real.
Yeah.
How many people that was praying to God, which was good. Everybody was praying. Muslim, Christian, everybody come together was praying to God so God can forgive us for whatever sin we have committed against Him.
Yeah.
So what God, that's just nonsense. Because I don't know what else to get. I mean, I say everything. I don't know what else to get to say.
I see this conversation is getting, the viewership is climbing high. Guys, you post your comment. But let me just read one or two comments before I chime in with my own little 2 cents here. But Christian Zibo said, it's not all pastors who don't work. There are some pastors who work. Some pastors are being called by God.
Brother Christian, the Bible
This guy
says
just
study
agreed.
to show thyself approved, holy and acceptable in the sight of God. If you don't read the book and study the word by yourself, you lost, my brother. Right now, that's a mistake.
Brother Christian. By the way, Brother Christian is one other person I will invite here on the platform.
Okay.
What God cannot do does not exist. Again, I personally don't know from what angle Pastor Eze came from to quote that. What God cannot do does not exist. Everything was created by God.
Yeah.
So everything that's created by God are things that He can do. So if He's saying what God cannot do does not exist, probably He could be saying what God cannot do, He had not created it yet. So to look at it from that other angle, what He cannot do. But then lie exists. Are we going to say God can lie?
Yeah.
But the Bible says God is not a man that He should lie.
God can do
You see?
homosexual,
So-
but
so-
homosexual exists.
So
As a matter of fact, he destroyed 2 cities for that.
Yeah.
no,
But America is leading the way.
You got a fan, by the way. You got a fan on the page here, by the way. Somebody is loving your comments, all right? Say he's a bold man, he's a bold speaker. I like that.
But that's true. That's true.
What God cannot do does not exist. Again, if I should quote it from face value, there are lots of things that God cannot do that do exist. God is not a rapist.
But rapists exist.
There are a bunch of rapists, even pastors. The ones that are claiming they are called by this man who cannot do what exists, or what Jerry Eze is saying does not exist.
But the most sex offender
Just
that
let's go back to the Bible. If
Thank
we're
you.
going way back to the Bible.
There you go.
Well, we're talking about scam.
Uh-huh.
Where you think scam came from? Who was the first person that did scam?
Yeah,
That God.
Jacob.
No, Jacob.
God.
Jacob was the first one
He
that
stole his
scammed.
brother
He stole his
birthright.
brother birthright.
Esau.
Esau.
Don't tell me
No,
that.
I'm just saying.
Don't
So
tell
we're
me
talking
that
about
thing.
what God does.
No, let's go back to Genesis.
We will
Let's
go
go
back
back
to
to
Genesis,
Genesis.
but hold on.
First of all, the Bible didn't let we Christians to know that Eve wasn't even the first wife of
Oh
Adam.
no.
Okay, no,
Eve
let's
was the
take-
third wife.
Let's stay with what we
take
know.
what
Eve
we
was the
know.
third wife,
Okay,
but they
let's
didn't
take-
tell us that.
Let's take with what we know right now. Let's
Okay,
take
guys.
with what we know right now.
Alright,
right? Jacob,
Man.
the first scammer.
Yeah.
Jacob was the
Yeah,
first scammer.
yeah.
The first people, the Nigerian people that say Yahoo Yahoo.
Yahoo.
He started all this Yahoo Yahoo. So how can you say what God cannot do does not
The
exist?
Bible says, "Oh God, accept the best offering."
Yeah.
Abel gave the best offering. Cain didn't give the best offering. Why would God allow Cain to
To
kill
kill
Abel
Abel.
that gave the best offering?
There
But
you
come
go.
on, man, y'all need to break that thing down for us.
But let's not leave the context now. Let's not leave
Let's
the
stay-
context.
let's stay to
And
the
these are
context.
all good points, valid
Yeah.
points. These are all good, valid, very good points. But what God cannot do does not exist. Again,
It's a scam.
I wouldn't just say
Hold
it's
on.
It's
scam.
a scam.
But then, hold on, let me
I would want to see from what lenses Pastor Jerry Eze is looking. You know, before just saying it's a scam, maybe he could be saying something else that we are not seeing.
And we
But that's why
interpreting it
but
differently,
yes, we could be
maybe.
interpreting it differently. But in my opinion, is when you throw out blanket statement like that, what God cannot do does not exist without following up with an explanation, then we are coming for you. You know what I mean?
And that's right.
Once you look, when Brother Titus say, "Oh, it's going to rain tomorrow," let it be that
What is the source of my information?
What's the source of his information? Let it be the weather. The weather people have said it. Let's reference me to something
To something that is actually
that
true.
you are getting it from.
Yeah.
But once you say what God cannot do does not exist, my brother, you open yourself for a lot of.
What
for-
God cannot do
some
does
people-
not exist.
Brother Tamo Samakoye. Tamo. But anyway, my people, if you think what God cannot do does not exist, stay with that quotation. I'm not trying to sway you out of what you already believe and what you know. Keep following. It sounds good. You see, there's something that I always tell people, right? Things that are religiously correct are not biblically correct. Religion has made things to sound fine in our ears, but it's not backed by scripture, so it's not biblically correct. Biblically, the Bible tells us everything was created by God.
Oh yeah.
So if Jerry will look at that, he
including
will-
making black people to be slaves
If Pastor
to the
Jerry, with all
minority
due
of the
respect,
world.
guys.
Right.
So with all due
And that
respect,
was some part in the Bible that
Is it-
say that
is it
slaves
Exodus- is it
supposed to,
Exodus?
yeah, it's
Obey
supposed
the
to obey
masters.
their master.
Yeah.
So
Is
they
it
use that,
Exodus?
white people use that quotation and think that they will lynch a slave, hang somebody and kill you,
my
and
brother-
go to church the next day and go pray to God. And guess what? They believe that God will forgive them
my
because
brother-
you're allowed to do whatever you
My
want
brother,
to do.
every argument I do, I argue with you strictly from the Bible.
But that's what
That's the good
that's-
book. That's the good book that was written.
Yeah.
We are Africans. How would a good book? The whole beginning of the good book is only based on one group of people, Israel. Tell me, how would we Africans decide praying to the God of Israel? What the God of Israel got to do with we African people?
Check Christian last comment.
okay.
I mean, I told you as a Christian lost.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Excuse me, guys.
Go ahead.
But let me read Brother Christian's comments here. He said, all that we experience, all that we so we are, but
That's
all
how
that
we
we
get.
experiencing today should not be strange to a true Christian, because the Bible said, people will come in my name. Let me see. I believe that's what he's saying. People will come in my name. So we have lost. We have lots of pastors today who are using the name of the Lord to accomplish their selfish aim. I strongly agree with you.
Oh, that's
Okay.
That doesn't mean church is a scam. So, Brother Christian, you're right. We are not saying all churches, but you see, there's a saying that one apple spoil the tree.
No, I say all churches.
No,
Church is a fellowship.
I wouldn't
Church
say.
is a fellowship. First of all, how Christian know you're Christian? What shows that you are Christian?
You were born a parent to
No,
the church.
what did you know? What did you study that's supposed to say, oh, from this transformation to this level makes you to be qualified or bona fide Christian? Let me know.
It was baptized in Holy Spirit filled.
Baptized and Holy Spirit filled.
Yeah.
That make you a
Ready?
complete.
Yeah.
That
What
make
you telling me?
That make you a complete.
Brother Christian, I hope you will come and call me, and then I will bring you on the show. I will bring you on the show next time. Your brother is here trying to challenge your Christianity, and his name is Christian, my man. The man's name is Christian. You know, so guys, I'm seeing all of your.
First of all, Christian was never in existence when Jesus was alive. Jesus died 500 years
Yeah,
before
before
Christian came
Christianity
into existence.
Yeah.
The
Just
word
like-
Jesus came into existence 500 years after he died, because that's when the alphabet was created.
Yeah.
That's when the letter J was created.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
I
want
wanna
you
ask-
need to go and study that and come
Yeah,
to
I
me
want to
and
ask a
talk.
question. Before Christianity came or Islam
Go
came
ahead.
to Africa, what
ahead.
who
No.
we should worship?
No. Islam
Well-
is the last religion.
I know, but
Okay.
no, that's why I said before Christianity came to Africa,
It was traditional.
traditional.
Was-
So, but God was not answering their prayer.
No, it's like the
Well, God was not blessing them.
My man.
So you see, yeah. So it's a good question you bring about. It got nothing to do with the topic we're talking about. But once they talk about Christianity and
One
using
door
name,
open,
one
the next
door
door,
open
the
another
next
one.
My man.
Yeah.
No, the Europeans.
They forced
The
Christianity on
European,
us.
no. Who told you say European are Christians?
They're not Christian
Stop that.
themselves.
The Chinese that almost ruling the world. Do they reference Christianity?
No.
But they existing, right?
Yeah.
We Africans that believe in the King James for Christ's sake. If Christ is real, King James killed a man
Yeah.
to get that something. King James was a faggot. If God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah for homosexualism, And then you let Alexander the Great, King James, Shakespeare to write the Bible for us, and those people were faggots. What you telling me, man? What you teaching me?
guys, this is
We'll have to have part two.
this is getting interesting. Again, like I said, I hate to cut my podcast short, but again, this is just an intro after staying away for at least a month. I just want to let my audience, my friends, family, to know that the podcast still stands. Again, we are in a time of bereavement. We are in a time of bereavement, and I'd like you all to please,
Somebody bomb me here.
I would like you all to please keep my family in your prayer, and we thank you guys. Let me just read a few comments here before we close this session. Brother Christian said, I can't challenge that man because he needs deliverance.
I need deliverance.
Well, let's not go personal.
No, it's not personal. We all striving for this Christianity.
Yeah. So,
But
Brother Christian,
I
I will call you on the podcast next week.
No, Christian, come, you sit down right there and we debate this. I want you to come and debate with me face to face.
Yeah, we're having a friendly conversation.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let it
So
be.
read the next one.
Yeah. So it's very interesting.
You think that history and chemistry
I
we're
can't
doing
just
here?
give everything, but guys, today, to close, I will give you guys your closing comments so that we can close the show, right? But I will say this, right? Mega churches. The reason why I strongly believe that some churches, majority of churches today is a scam, because when you look at mega churches, how many mega churches are helping the community, their people? If you look at all the universities that are being built by mega churches, the children of the members that build this university, those children cannot go to these universities. I stayed there last 3-4 weeks ago, and a man of God went into my inbox and said, man of God, how can you just say that? But when I cited where I was coming from, they said, we are lost in Nigeria. Oh. You see, so they are living it, they are paying the price. But until somebody open their eyes, they don't know that they are serving a man of God instead of serving the true God. You got market women that are paying their tithes religiously. But cannot afford to send their children to the school that is being opened by the church. So the people who kids are qualified to go are rich men, most of whom are outside the country. So is that not corruption? That's corruption. Is that a scam? But let me not go further, Brother Titus. I want you to give your parting statement on church is a scam.
Look,
Don't deviate.
Look, I'm not deviating.
And Brother Joe, you as well.
This is a closing statement, right?
Yeah. Keep it on
Look.
at least 1 minute.
My brethren, right? This Christianity, religion as a whole, I don't even know how many of us, truly speaking, how many of us, even we that on a podcast right now, have gone to define the word religion, what religion is.
That's a good
I defined it the last
Okay,
time.
my man, you're a bishop. This is why you can see me challenging you. I don't challenge you. And but how many of us define the word religion? But this religion was made. It was made for a good purpose, right? It was made to control the universe.
Yeah.
Believe me, people, if religion wasn't in existence, the amount of hateful things that are going to be done, right? Will you agree with me? Every mega church in the world, in America, in Europe, I don't know about Africa, they're supposed to, but Africa using theirs another way. But every mega church or churches in America here receive certain incentive from the government. You know why? To control that population right there, control their mind so they can be stable. Brainwashing. And I got no qualms against that, but we just need to go back and define that thing. But what hurt me so bad is that our African people, right? You ask any African man today, what's up, my brother? What's going on tomorrow? Oh, I'm trying to make it to heaven. Heaven that you don't even know. King James that wrote the Bible, right? 5,000 years from now, or men of God said 5,000 years from now, though royal family know who's supposed to be the next king in 5,000 years from now. And you Africans sitting there telling me, say you waiting for a white boy with a blue eye, blood to save you? Are you kidding me?
Alright. Thank you, my brother. And that was my brother Titus, a very fiery young man. Let me go to Brother David. Brother David, give your partner your closing statement on this whole is church a scam thing, or what you think?
Like we said, now all church are scam. I've been to a certain church that I think that was genuinely,
Yeah.
the pastor got a job,
Yeah.
was working, paying tax and paying everything. But I don't think, but now all the mega church, all the big church, now everybody want to preach prosperity.
Yeah.
That's the new wave,
Easy
the
money.
new Gen Z are going with. They're going with the flow. Whatever everybody go online, hey, God give me this, God give me that. What are you praying for? If you go online, if we're talking about prosperity right now, that this life will be like 300 or 700 people that live in there. Then they'll be on live, they'll be putting their comment, what you want. Pray for what you want, put that on live, comment, put in the comment
Yeah.
section what you want God to do for you. You'll be seeing that.
If I visit
People that will
God
be
right now,
going,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I want house, I want this year's my year, I want that. So all of us want better things, but at the same time, let's try to be realistic.
Let me-
So that's why I think it's a scam.
Thank you, my brother David. Thank you, brother David. This is very interesting. The last voice on this here, or well, second to the last voice will be by the way, this is our producer.
Alright.
Our producer of Action Required Media.
Everything,
Yeah.
all the above.
So
Give
this
me
is
a-
what this is what I gotta say on this,
Yeah.
right?
Come a little closer.
This is what I gotta say on there. Christianity. And let's understand this. Most African, let us retrospect. Okay? If we would sit down and rethink things, right? When Christianity went to Africa, we had Jesus' picture in our houses. And the picture of Jesus
White
presented to
boy with
us
a blue eyeball.
was a white man presented to
With
us.
blue eyeball.
And we have this in our houses for years, centuries. And I can tell you this, some of us, when we kneel to that picture at night time to pray, we never knew the facts because this information was given to us by the Europeans. And I will say this, we need to sit down and rethink ourselves. We had our traditions, it was awesome. Don't get me wrong, Christianity or religion has an impactful movement on people. When it comes to psychology, mentally, it has a productivity that we exhibit. But I would say this, I'm not stopping anybody from believing what they believe in, because belief gives you the hope and the desire to live long. Okay? Hope is a good thing. But again, I just think everything we do, we should work. If you want to be rich, go and work. If you're young, go and work. The Bible is a book of principles. If you follow those principles in the Bible, you'll be just fine. No pastors have to tell you what you are or who you are. And this one thing you should understand, because the Bible says it, God made man in his own image and likeness, so therefore you are a God. A pastor is not the one to tell you to be prosperous. You are. And you are capable. Without the pastor, without your bishop, God will still bless you. They have none of your blessing. But I will say this again, and this is short. Please, like I said, I'm not going to change anybody's mind of what they believe or what they don't believe. But it's time now, we need to sit and rethink. Remember, all your tithes and offerings that you are putting into the church, if you are saving that money into 401k or something or multiplying it, 20 years after and multiply that what you have, by now you'll be rich. You won't be renting no apartment and you won't be crying for car notes. But when you talk about tithes and offerings, it's another thing, another time. Fresh food is another time. Offerings another time. Let's talk about it later on. But again, a church shouldn't be a building. A church is a person, your heart. And I think Jesus, if we're modeling Jesus, Jesus never had a church. But again, we have, especially Africa, have taken over religion more than Europeans. We spend 5 to 7 days in Africa in churches. But here in America, the people go to church for 1 hour, maybe 45 minutes, and be done.
Once a week.
But we took over Christianity, we took over religion for what is productivity. And I will put it to my country, Liberia. It's dark as hell. But again,
I mean,
for the sake of time, we're just going to cut it here. I just want to say thank you for watching, and keep watching. And we'll read your comments. Thank you again, and God bless you.
But guess what? Guess what? There is no Christian that is rich
Let me do my
in this
closing.
world.
Let me do my
Only
closing.
only the big mega ministers and rich. All Christians are poor.
But
Tell me,
guys,
where a rich man get time to go stay in church for 5 days a week?
Alright.
When he's supposed to be
So now I'm doing my closing now. Let me do my closing, guys. So by the way, again, I want to say big ups. Thank you all for staying to watch this podcast. We decided to cut it short today because, after 3 weeks, almost a month of being away, I just wanted to let you all know that we are still, keeping the podcast live. If you want to be a part of this podcast, please, just go into my inbox, send me a message. Again, it's church a scam? Not all. Some. My brothers have said it all here. I'm not going to go back and re-say what they've said. What God cannot do does not exist. Again, go ahead and just interpret it your own way. Advise yourself. But all I can say, as always, know God for yourself. Know God for yourself. Don't let no one person tell you that, this is what they think of God, and then you follow from their lens. Try to study the scripture, try to find and know God for yourself. With that said, I will close the podcast for now, and next Sunday I'll be back. Yeah. Thank you. So by the way of YouTube, I want to thank you for staying tuned to the Action Required Media podcast. We will be coming on maybe twice a week, but we're going to be starting at least every Sunday, and then we progress into incorporating another day. But I want to say thank you all. We've been away for a long time as Action Required Media. A lot of things been happening in our community, in our cities, and overseas Liberia as well. So I want to say thank you. You want to say a big thanks to our CEO, Brother Joseph Brown, the engineer, the visionary behind our podcast. So, but this year we will be adding another member to the team. That will be Brother Musa Miguel. We have a series of topics that we'll be talking on, and yeah, let these guys know they're being too loud. Sorry, guys. We have some studio guests here, but like I said, special thanks again to our CEO, Brother Joseph Brown. Action Required Media, we will be posting all of our events activities for 2025. We will be coming to you in full blast. All of our activities will be educational, will be teachable. All right. So we will be closing our podcast for now. Again, I still remains to be your host, Jesse Leo. You can call me. All right. With that said, again, if you want to be a part of this great media, Action Required Media, go into our comment section, just send me a message, send the CEO a message, and we'll go from there. With that said, thank you. Have a